Alright, I'm just gonna do this and not be weirded out. Hello, everybody. My name is Squeeze Me Little, and I have a sketchbook that I've made from April 27th, 2018 to June 3rd, yesterday. I've never done this before. I've never filled up a sketchbook before. At least not all the way. I'm always like, oh man, I don't want to use those last two pages. It's just too special to me. So here is my I got this year. I finished it this year. That's totally new for me. Let's just jump right into it. Now, these are a bunch of swatches that I made when I got my new markers. These are Spectrum Noir markers with the pink set and the brights set. I believe some of these are also with the pastel set. Like, I think Pastel Pink 2 is with the pastel set. I'm not quite sure about everything else, but I know for a fact this one is. Sorry about all the ums. I'm bad at that. So, that's just what this is. I just labeled them all in this part. I don't know what happened. For some reason, this got really dirty and weird, but I can still see the colors. This is the intro page. Welcome to my sketchbook, or journal, as I called it right then. I tried to fill this in with markers, but then as I figured out that these Moleskine markers just love... These Moleskine journals just love to eat markers like there's nobody's business. So I decided to just do the boobs and leave it at that. I was like, nah, no more. And this is also after I got this journal at a new marker, or at least a new art store. I'm used to like Ben Franklin if you're from Washington, or Michael's if you're from anywhere else in the world, or at least in the US, to get all my stuff. So I've never been to an art supply store. Michael's and Ben Franklin is more of a hobby store, like with wood and stuff like that. So I went to this place and I found red lead for my mechanical pencil. I found this red Moleskine notebook. It's just the best thing in the world, and I loved it. Here are two characters of mine. This is Volpe in a grayscale sort of markers, and this is Loopy, who is also... she's a fox, she's a wolf. You can't really see Loopy that well. This is another character of mine from the same universe. Her name's Ace, and I was doing like a little like study for her facial stuff. Like, if you really want to learn how to draw a character from a lot of different angles and really get to know them as a person, I'd recommend just like having it like this. This is another character's parents. My boyfriend and I were in the car as he was going to work, and we were just like trying to figure out what their parents would be. And this is Gerald. He's 3 feet and 1 inch. And this is May, and last name is Rodriguez, because she's Spanish. So is he. And then I was going to start something, but then the arms looked really weird, so I was like, fuck it, nope. And this is Loopy, and basically what the story is that it's just this, well, whatever. It's just a big arena fight thing. Shonen. It's a shonen I wanted to make. These are all of Loopy's. This is her. Loopy is her, and this is Loopy's mom, her dad, and all of her sisters. They're all adopted. And I was trying to figure out. My boyfriend and I were having a debate whether she should be like this or she should be like this. This was my pick. This was his. We ended up going with his and giving that style to Loopy's mom. And Bud is dead on the inside. Darren is one of our friends. We made him into a pug because he loves pugs. It's Callie, Titan, Liza, Andy, and Maddie. This is another character's parents that you haven't seen yet. This is Teresa. She owns a tea shop called Koala Tea. And this is Gary, the alligator. He is Gary Gator, the exterminator. See those pests later. This is Volpe, the one you saw in the beginning's brother. This is a rabbit girl whose name's Gus, or Augustine. Nikki is Ace's sister. She's a mongoose. And Gus, she is a poison dart frog dating one of the other characters. This is Ace's and Nikki's parents. Elaine and Roger, sorry. Barry and Faith, who are Volpe's parents. And this is Gree. This is, that's her parents. This is Gree. She wears a lot of suits. She's a lesbian. She's great. And I was going to draw like a bunch of things with her. Now, with these, out of most of these, like this one was done with marker. This was done with these. For these ones, these were done with water-based markers from Crayola. And I was like trying to think like, how can I not have this texture and make it more like watercolor? So I have these watercolor brushes. So I basically put the tips together, and the color went onto the watercolor brush. So I just started going for it, and it was really great. And I figured out a different way to do it that's much better than this. But right now, that's what I was going for. Same thing with these. But other than that, I also have an Artist Loft cake tin watercolor pan set, and those are really bad, but I used them on a lot of these to just get my stuff going. Same with here. There's a lot of like cake tins, and they're not great. This is the only thing I use besides the sketching with my marker. This was also done with just the marker, or sorry, not the watercolors, the Artist Loft. And this is with the water-based markers. There's Ace. That's most of her attire. She's just kind of a... This is Mari. This is the Gary Gator Exterminator's daughter. And she's just this 7-foot tall beast of a woman. Abs are important. I love these abs. Ooh, I love the legs and the... She's a polar bear, and she's just a good time. These are other character studies that I wanted to make. Gree is, I believe, 4 feet tall and rides on Mari's shoulders. They're really good. All of the main girls, Loopy, Volpe, Ace, Gree, and Mari, are all friends. They grew up together. They are the closest, though, out of most of them. They really shared a lot of history together. Volpe's a trickster. She's a fox. So the wolf is very territorial, and she's a cheetah. Ace is a cheetah. I totally forgot to mention that. And also, Gree is a peregrine falcon. This is just more studies, abusive father stuff. Can't have a girl anime without an abusive parent. This is I forget my own characters' names. This is Loopy, just as an orphan stray. Oh, don't see that. Okay, this isn't. Then I was just playing around more with marker. This is with a highlighter that I did the same thing to. There's Loopy, Ace, Volpe, and Mari. There's Gree. There's all the girls right here. Just a bunch of like what their noses would look like. I didn't want this sort of a pug-like thing because it would be more brachycephalic. And so I just extended her. She has a muzzle. She has a muzzle. She does not have a muzzle. She has a muzzle. This is just garbage, but this I really like. This was with the cake tins as well, and I was just trying to figure out what their uniforms would look like because they're in a competitive fighting match a lot of the time. There's just a 5-man team. So this is Volpe. She's in full color this time, and she's, as you can see right here, she's half fox. The fox part kind of starts up here with the fur and then goes into fox legs with a fox tail. She's got a whip and a shield that I did with Artist Loft paint markers, which is, this one's a metallic silver. This is Mari. This is kind of what her outfit looks like. There's a better representation later in the book for this one. But like the black was done with this one was just, I was too impatient, and with watercolor you really need to be patient for these things. And have the right colors mixed together already. These are some character studies. Boutte. And I just kind of wanted to just fill the book with this for a while, but then I stopped after that. There was some feet and legs. I wanted to get better at feet and legs, because even if you're somewhat good at legs and arms and hands, there's just some things that the hands do not do that still look okay. But you really have to do these sort of studies to understand what you're doing. You can't just I'm just going to hop into a hand and see what happens. This is a bunch of stuff that I wanted to do for him, just a bunch of different facial features. This is back when I'm doing, what was I doing? Okay. This is, me retiring the red lead for the mechanical pencil I have. This is now just starting with regular lead. I don't use regular pencils, I just use mechanical. I have a bad, like, my hands hurt after using regular wood pencils, so meh. This is just a bunch of, like, stuff about the characters. This is a sign for friends, if this is it. And you can't, it's a drawing, so it's meh. All this is meh. This is Nikki. This is Ace's sister, who's a mongoose. I think I already said that, but this is just like a revamp. She's in a grunge band. She's great. So, and this is set in a very, like, most of this sketchbook is about these characters and me trying to get their like all of their stuff going. There are other sketchbooks that I have like a bunch of different characters set in, and that's just kind of all how that works. I speak nonsense. So this is the somewhat of the first page of the comic. This is just kind of going to be a comic that I want to write with my boyfriend. This is somewhat that ass dough. This is the what I guess everyone kind of their height wise is. Mari's the tallest, Gray's the smallest. This is when I got my Winsor Newton ink. I love this color. I thought it was going to be a lot more like a sepia sort of color, but I'm still happy with what I got. This is a dream desk I want to get with like marker stuff and everything. But like this is the other girl that I have, and this is Gus. She's the rabbit, and she looks more human than animal actually. So this is Luby's mother, and most everything that she's going to be doing is if I ever color it, which is probably not going to happen, she's going to have a different hair color in almost every episode that she's in. Like, one day, like, the first initial thing you'll have is the pink, standard pink poodle hair, and then next one will be blue, some purple, maybe a green, mint green, something like that. Now, these three characters, you might be really disturbed about this character. This is a dog, and his neck is broken. Now, if that sounds really weird and disturbing, but so this is Dude and this is Dude, and they are brothers who, if you've ever seen like SCP readings or something like that, then that's basically what they are. They are eternal beings who are geniuses, but they're so dumb. Like, all they eat are pizza rolls, and this one's way more chaotic than this one, and this is their this is a demon. He disguises himself as a dog, but he has his neck broken. His name is Sparky, and he doesn't bark, he just goes, and they sound like this, and he sounds like this, and yeah. This is a doodle from John. That's my doodle. This is me just kind of testing out some like colors onto the page. I think this is when no, I did not just get these colors. I believe I didn't get my, no, yeah, this is when I just got my first colors. These two are the first things of my colors. Now, sorry, I don't mean to move the thing all over. This is Rin from Mikitawa Shoujo. I asked John what he wanted me to draw. He said draw one of his wives, so I did. That's Nancy. She's half goat. No foot jobs, ever. She has no arms, if you didn't get that. This is with my new watercolors, by the way. This is Winsor Newton student grade kind of watercolors. I'm not super secure in my watercolor stuff yet to get professional. I think I'll just use up my student and then go to professional. This is the first thing of Nancy, where she's going to be introduced, where they do have to compete, and this is Volpe, and she says, "Welcome to the big leagues, bitch," and stomps in her face. You know, they fight. It's gonna be cool. That's a better representation of Nancy. She's 4'11". Otis is 3 feet tall, and she's an otter. This is Pacey. He's a tiger. This is Greg. He's a giraffe, and I don't know, he just makes me laugh. And this is Craig. He goes by Jack because of Kangaroo Jack, and he's a kangaroo. And he isn't from Australia, but he's going to have an Australian accent. So if Drawing with Jazza wants to voice him, I would be more than happy. These are just the characters and their positions. Ace has much longer arms than what you would normally have on a human. So she can sit like a cat. She can prop herself up as a cat. She normally walks on all fours. She does not usually walk on two legs. Um, and that's just kind of, yeah. So there is more like I do this in a different way and later in the book, but this is just Volpe's normal outfits. You know, underwear. She has a standard bra and panties. As you can see, she's more furry than not furry. In this one, she likes to expose herself. She's more of a sexual character. Sleepwear, just normal stuff. Formal. She knows how to be formal because her dad is human. And if going into the book, going into my idea of the story, humans and I'll just call them furries, but in the world they're called chimeras. They are social class or financial class is different. They are poorer than humans, regular standard humans. This is Ace's stuff. Sports bra, boxers, some hoodies, maybe a chain necklace, or sorry, not earrings. Long shirt, baggy pants, formal, a slit up the thing because you can't really make a lot of clothes with the mind of a weird foot. Like you don't really know. There's Loopy. Here's Loopy. She'd wear regular underwear, panties, very like not sexy. She does not have the fur coming up here. It just stops at around here, and she's got abs. You can see her boobs. You know, very James Dean. I wanted her to have very James Dean style clothing. With Volpe, she's very basic bitch sort of. And with Ace, it's very like men-ish gangster thug kind of outfits. Night shirt, just a standard sort of stuff. Got formal clothes I didn't really think about. Just a standard. This isn't a hole for the dress. I just kind of wanted to put that there for the abs, but wouldn't be able to see them anyway. It's just a long shirt. Not a shirt, but a dress. This is Mari's stuff. Mari loves being girly. She loves being girly, loves doing everything that has to do with being girly. There's her underwear. She is a very big woman. Not in fat, but with a lot of muscle. She's very tall. She's very broad-shouldered. So it's hard for them to find bras that fit, especially as being very poor in the beginning of the story. So she uses just wraps, you know, gotta hold in those muscly boobs. Just a regular standard of boxer shorts. Half-cut sweaters, likes to show off her good looks because she does look very healthy and very fit. Cute little choker. Night shirt that Gree tends to wear a lot of the time, and Gree that's a blanket. And like when she does get to wear these dresses, she just blooms. She just loves it so much. This is another thing with Katawa Shoujo. This is John, my boyfriend, and his wife in the game. And she's, you know, armless, so she paints with her feet, and he plays piano. This is another one where, like, he imagined always piggybacking her everywhere, and she's, like, being all Bak-chan. These are all the faces that I wanted them to do. I didn't do one for Gree for the style, because she normally has just kind of one outfit, and it's either sleep or it's suits. She likes a lot of suits. She likes fedoras. She's a lay fedora, cap tipper, everything like that. Now, when I wanted to sign my name with the brush pen I just got. When she's in the ring, she gets really focused. Normally, she has a bad case of resting bitch face, but you know, that's fine. Gree is, this is a bad, I'm not very great drawing birds. I gotta study on that. Other than that, though, she gets very also menacing in the ring as well. I also changed up Mari's look to have these very big, luscious lips. Very, like, Russian nose, stuff like that. So this is Volpe. She's very animated with what she's kind of just an exaggerated sort of sexual character. Like, in the ring, she's very, voluptuous, I guess. Very just teasy to the audience, eye candy. Outside of the ring, she's just very like screamy, whiny, bitch. Not a bitch, but, you know, whiny. And then I tried to do more action shots with the characters. This is Gree and me trying to see what more she looks like. And from the side, it's way better because I'm not very great at drawing birds with their arms tucked in and stuff like that. So she's about to like strike on somebody, and her legs do not go forward; they go backwards, like a regular person. There's Ace, and she does go on all fours. I wanted to start drawing it like this, and she kind of has a leg. It's just gone. So there's her leg and everything, and blah blah blah. Yeah, she's very like crazy in the ring. There's Mari. She's an honorable warrior type of character, very like I'm going to be honorable towards you and I'm not going to she does not have she will not hurt if she does not have to. In the rules of the game, she will pin if you get pinned, you either just get really hurt until you pass out or you tap out like boxing. Here's Loopy. I really liked how this looked, so I drew another one with a more casual outfit. And I'm trying to figure out how like her gloves work because she's more of a gauntlet sort of fighter because she has hands, unlike with Mari, Gree, and Ace. There's Den in a very school kawaii uniform, and yes, she's very heavily inspired by Froppy from Boku no Hero. This is another like sort of idea for a girl. She's Ram, but I thought of her having one normal arm and one goat arm, and I wanted to play around with that sort of like what if you are just a weird amalgamation of things, like you don't have a like a head or whatever. I just started reading the Harry Potter series audiobook, and so did John. He's never read it either, and I'm 21, almost 22. I've never read them. So I figured I'm a Hufflepuff because I'm useless and bad at everything, and he's a Ravenclaw because he's a pretentious asshole. That's what I'd look like. I had a very long hair back when I was in like 12, so I thought that would be perfect. There's John. He used to peroxide his hair. This is all done with markers, by the way. So he had that kind of rosy-cheeked pink look to him. This is a friend of mine. She's also a Hufflepuff. These are just like little like not crayon water marker drawings. These are like me thinking about him or whatever because he's my boyfriend and I'm a faggot like that. And then this is my ex. She has made a lot of appearances in a lot of other sketchbooks, and me being like, I don't know how to feel about you. She would be a Slytherin. These are just some pen drawings that I did. I'm trying to do more ballpoint pen, like drawing with waffles, because she just does a great job at it. I'm not committed to doing regular ballpoint. That's Jen, who is John's gender bend. Michael, who is me, who would not look that good, but whatever. Then this is just like something that was like a person. Just a person. Maybe boobs. Maybe boobs. And then there is like everybody doing signatures. My mother-in-law got into some stuff, just handwriting, whatever, and then what fucking happened to her neck. And this is a character of mine from another story. His name is Runner, and he's going to kill himself. That's fun. And there is Derpy Doo. She's my favorite. Now, on the other side of this page is porn. Not necessarily porn. Like, you can draw naked people without it being porn, but it's very provocative, so I'll blur it out. There's Derpy, and there's Pinkie Pie, with all of her boobiness. Derpy and Pinkie are probably my favorites my favorite. Derpy's my favorite, Pinkie's my second, and Fluttershy's my third. And that's it. This is me and Saucery, because he's my boyfriend in anime land. And there's a next friend of mine who will haunt my nightmares. This is my boyfriend's friend, Paul. He's also a Hufflepuff, even though he hasn't read anything, and he's got an extender on his wand, so he can compensate. There's a May, and this is not current a May. A May looks a bit different than this. But this is a bit, no, she looks exactly opposite of this. This is the first version of a May that I made when I was like 12, and she has big boobs, big hips, long hair, fucking anime moe moe style. And I just like drawing her from time to time, with abs this time. Praxis, she's also part of the other universe with Runner, and she's my main character. This is John talking to Saucery, because he's a manlet, because he's like 5'3", and John is like 6'1". This is Sammy, that's Praxis's girlfriend. Yes, this is a girl. She is Samantha. And I left that ribbon on the entire time. Fuck me, am I right? And this is Sammy and Praxis kissing. They're lesbians. Woo! And then here's a really gross ending to my sketchbook. By the end. Woo! Doing some math over here. Wee! I hope you really liked my sketchbook. It was really, really fun for me to do this one. And I've been wanting to do a sketchbook tour for a long time. And I just never got around to it because a lot of my sketchbooks are very emotionally charged. My sketchbooks consist of like crying, killing, and stuff like that. Boobs, a lot of porn. And no one wants to see that on YouTube. Maybe some people, but not. I don't want to show that on YouTube. So I've finally gotten some sort of a setup with my camera and everything. And a lot of the camera has stopped during this filming because my phone is crap. But you know what? I'm fine with it. So, hope everybody had a good, awesome time, and I'll see you in a next journal. Hopefully, maybe people like it and they'll want me to show older stuff, because this is the most recent of my drawings. Goodbye!